Okay. Of course, this is Daej Hutari with New Media. And we welcome everyone from this camera, and that camera over there. Of course, we really would like to give a special thanks to those people who stopped by and thanked us for our work. Without your support, I just can't imagine that. I don't want to imagine it. I will post a big thanks on social media to you, dear viewers. Now, a new episode, new guests, new segments, new stuff, new video games, and of course, a new suit. What do you think? All right, so we will discuss something very briefly about new media and social media in general. So, media and everywhere, people use them to communicate. Like in the past or old classic media, it allowed us to use TV as a medium to relay messages and send our greetings and dedications to people. Remember those old traditional friendly programs? Social media allows us to be quick and send instant messages. Social media has become so extensive and widespread that everyone uses social media to send, let's say, thank you messages, goodbye messages, congratulation messages. We have also anniversary messages, get well messages. It can be anything, motivational, and also hate and disapproval messages. And it is accepted socially to receive messages formally from social media, to receive messages of congratulations and even condolences. How did that happen? Well, because everyone uses it and likes it, and mostly on it. Presidents, CEOs, you and me, engineers, doctors, and even princesses send socially important messages through social media. Like 10-15 years ago, we did not have that. We had newspapers, TV, radio, telefax, and Morse codes to send these messages. But those old ways are expensive, and social media is basically free. So no excuses. Send your regards and thank you to everyone you know now. Nice coffee, Mariam. Media story, of course. About messages, so watch this video first. Edson Arantes do Nascimento, famously known as Pelé, was of course a legendary Brazilian professional footballer and the greatest footballer who never played in Europe. Regarded and discussed as one of the greatest players of all time, even nicknamed the greatest. Sadly, Pelé passed away on December 29 of 2022. The world had to say something to communicate and express those condolences. That is a great way to use social media to incorporate human elements. World stars used their social media accounts to express their deep sorrow and sadness. Presidents, actors, and world media figures. Of course, who doesn't like Pelé? Let us watch some of the social media messages posted by football's biggest stars about the death of Pelé. Social media messages of condolences offer an important way for people to support one another during difficult times. It is often easier to express sympathy online than in person. And by the way, thanks for the social media. Kuwaitis also remembered Pelé when he visited Kuwait for the first time in 1973. It was a big event, the legend in Kuwait with the Brazilian football team Santos to go against Al-Qadsiya, and the game was played at the Shuwaykh High School Stadium. It was on February and the game ended in a draw 1-1. Pelé scored for Santos and Jassim Yaqub scored for القادسية. Let us watch the goals.
بيلي حلوه بيلي تروح لحد سلطان يعقوب يبعدها ويعليها لعبتها الشطي ويبعدها بيده تروح ثانيه بيلي مش جول 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 من بيلي جول سهل فعلا مرسومه بريل بيلي ترجع العين الشطي يردها حمد طويله قدام قاسم يعقوب عبد الحميد حماد جول 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 هاتوا جول جاسم جول فعلا جول.
Hello and welcome back, dear viewers, and now we are back with the upload segment, of course, like we're used to, having different content creators from different parts of Kuwait every week in New Media. So today we have got special guests, not only one, two from Sand Globe. We have Saud and also we have Salah. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
So we're so happy to have you here with us, but first of all, before we begin this interview, I'm used to asking our guests to look at their cameras and telling us something about them before we begin. Starting from you, Saud. This is your camera.
My name is Saud Shakir Al-Anizi. I'm a writer and a director.
Fair enough. Yes. Salah.
Hello, my name is Salah Salim. I'm an artist and a video editor.
Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
We're actually so happy to have you as well. This is the first time, by the way, for us to have two guests, not one. So this is going to be, I'm so happy, already excited.
Okay, hopefully it's a good experience.
It will be, it will be. All right, so let's start with, what do you guys do? Like, okay, you guys are animators. I already mentioned from Sand Globe. Can you like, Saud, first of all, tell us, what is Sand Globe?
Sand Globe is an animation studio. We're trying to make high quality professional animation and learning about the journey. The animation has many stages and we want to learn all about it and make animation that reflects Kuwait culture, Kuwait jokes. We have a specific kind of jokes in Kuwait and we want an animation that reflects that culture.
All right, fair enough. Again, now Salah, I have this question for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be 1-2 here now. Animation, like from of course you have heard of anime, right?
Yeah, of course.
So is anime, is like the cartoons they say, or the shows that people watch, the Japanese ones. Is it the same thing, the anime or animation? They come from the same name, or it's different?
Well, actually, yeah, like the anime and the manga, it was influenced strangely by Disney. Like if you notice the animes, they have a very, very large eyes. They took it from Disney animations. But they obviously they exaggerated the eyes, improved it. Yeah, like this. So yes, all animation is connected. Everything is connected. Yeah.
All right. And now, since you guys are animators, you create these things. You have your own creativity to create something out of nothing. Now, I was scrolling down your Instagram account, and I already told you that there is this thing that caught my attention, a huge hand, and it says in Arabic, al-hujum ala al-ma'ash, which means in English, attack on the salary.
Yeah.
So it kind of reminded me of the show Attack on Titan. So you guys got the huge hands, and then the small guy running with the money. Yeah. It's funny, it's creative actually, and I mean, I don't watch the show, but I know it, so it's kind of creative and nice. The ideas, where do you get the ideas from?
Like exactly what you said, you don't watch the show, but you know it. In social media, in every social media, sometimes you don't have time to create a lore and play with it. Mm-hmm. So sometimes we just benefit from something that people know and reflect it on our culture. Like we had the payment of the banks were coming, and we want to make a video that reflects the situation. So we took some things from anime, from the Attack on Titan anime, which everyone know, and put a situation that reflects what's happening in Kuwait. Yeah. So people will understand the joke immediately without
exactly. This is what happened to me.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happened to me, and this is why I liked it, and it's beautiful, creative enough. Of course, there's more things to talk about the Instagram, but now let's jump on to how many members you got in Sand Globe.
Oh, we have 9 talented artists and animators. We found them scattered all over Kuwait, and Saud, thankfully, he come here. Let's create something beautiful together. So yeah.
Like
So-
animation, you have to be really passionate about. It's really difficult to make animation in Kuwait because there is no schools to teach animation in Kuwait. So those passionate people know some stuff, like most of them are artists, some of them are animators. So we gathered together and started figuring out how to make a good quality animation, because animation takes a lot of effort, not just drawings. You have to know how to move a character, how to draw a character, and there's a lot of things. So we all collaborate together to make our passion come true.
I really wanted to be an animator, but I really don't know how to draw a stick man. So
Yes,
that's
exactly.
why I'm here. I'm here, guys, and you guys are there.
That's why I'm a writer, because I can draw also. I use this guy.
Yeah. So he comes up with the idea and like a bucket, like Salah, do them. And
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God, what can I do? Yeah.
Then
This
make
is
them,
the story of my life.
then change them at the end and make them harder for you.
Oh yeah.
This is the best part for me.
So now I understand that everyone have his own role in
Yep.
the, let's say, the group.
Yes, yes. As you said, like for me as a director, I have to know everything. Like I tried everything from writing, animating, drawing. I have to know the challenges that people are. If I'm given a task for an artist, I know what's he capable of, or what's the hardship that he's gonna face. But because we want to do a really professional work, we need someone who's proficient with every step of the way. Like Salah, he's the art director in the studio, so he is really knowledgeable with colors and proportion for characters.
Nice.
Nice studio, by the way. Like the color.
Well, thank you. And by the way, there's also one thing that I really wanted to ask about the equipments that you guys use. How can I be an animator? Like, is it just drawing? Do I need like a computer? Or some people draw on the iPads, I see it, so it's different. I have no idea. So you tell me, Salah.
You can start anywhere. You can start. You don't need to have a $1 billion setup or anything. Like you said, an iPad and all the classes, and like, okay, I want to make this type of animation. You can YouTube it or Google it, the steps, and everything is out there. There is nothing stopping anyone from becoming a very good artist or animator.
But like, do you think that you need a skill or a talent for it? It's two different things.
Passion.
Yeah.
Passion. Yeah.
Passion is
Passion.
dance.
The first step is to be a bad artist, then becoming a better artist, or a bad animator, then becoming better animator.
Oh, we all start somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some, like a lot of people I encountered, they're afraid of doing, like making a bad animation. But you have to make a bad animation to make it better. Like you can't just jump into good animation. You have to do the bad thing first.
This goes with everything.
Yes,
you
exactly.
have to do mistakes so that you can learn. Without mistakes, you will never stay
Exactly.
your position.
Yeah.
All right. So Saud, now that we already mentioned that you have got to have a setup, a certain setup. It doesn't have to be expensive, as you Salah mentioned. But now, as an individual, before creating the group, was it more difficult than being in a group? Working as an animator.
Yeah, working in a group has its own challenges, but it has its own benefits also. If you want to grow, if you want to make something big, you need to collaborate with other people. But there are some difficulties. The most important thing is that the vision of the group has to be very clear. Like everyone is 100% on board. Because if it's not, you'll have like confrontation and the group won't survive. The best thing is just knowing everyone in this group is adding something and is doing like a valid work. So no one will feel like he's doing all the work and other people are just there for the ride.
Fair enough. Now, Salah, do you think that you guys need to recruit more people into your group, or 9 is enough? What's the goal?
Well, how I see it, like the dream is to make the company as big as possible. Like everyone dreams of that. But the smart thing is to be strategic, not to expand very fast.
To be selective.
Oh yeah, we have to be very selective. Yeah, we have.
The most important thing for us is the atmosphere in the group.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be fun. We're joking a lot. We're making most of our videos that we make is comedic and fun. So the spirit of fun has to be like everywhere in
It
the
has
city.
to be, exactly. The
So
spirit.
yeah, we are very picky about who's joining. Are you like too serious, or do you get angry of like small jokes?
And
Then
critiques.
it's
And
not.
Of course, you have to know each other, of
Yes,
course.
Exactly.
Now, you guys are 9.
Yes.
And you have one Instagram account. Who's running all who's running the account?
who's running?
Hmm?
Who's
The account is run by me and Salah. We sometimes like pass it over. Salah has like the sweet talk with followers.
Oh, yeah.
He's patient.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that patient, and sometimes I
Things
just
get
push
out
it to
of
Salah.
hand, yeah.
Salah, maybe you should talk to this.
Now, this is a common question. Now, of course, as a content creator, as you become familiar with the people around you and the world, people might send you some negative and positive comments. So how would you reply to the negative ones? Some people, like musicians or other people who are talented, once they face some negative comments, they just stop. I mean, there's some people would tell them, hey, you should stop what you're doing. So what if someone told you your art, your animation is not good? How would you feel about that?
Well,
how would you reply also to that?
Oh yeah, of course. Firstly, of course, like there's a sharp line. Like if there's a very bad words like being typed or anything, these we have to delete them because like our culture like refuses these type of languages.
You don't want people to see. Well,
of course, yeah. No, bad like criticisms or even negative vibes, it is inevitable. These comments will appear. Okay, I guess that the person should have the power and the mental stability to handle this wave. Any celebrity, like of course, like yourselves, everyone have negative. It's there, and it will not go away. You have to build to have a tougher skin, I guess, right?
Yeah, and if you are making like brave content or like controversial content, you have to expect someone to, because especially if we are making animation and we're talking about cultural things, we're not intending to hurt anyone, but some people take it seriously and start talking. Yeah, we grow very tough skin. Like from for now, we're working for 10 years, so our skin is really tough about those things.
I don't know if you want to keep this, whatever I'm going to say, like whenever Saud have some negative wave, like I'll be one of them. Like I will go to the negative side and go,
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm doing
You're the
best
first one. You're the first one there. Yeah, I know.
So, 10 years is not, it's a lot. So you get to know more about each other, and you can handle a tougher skin again. So between you guys, it's gonna be everything tough. Gonna be easier with time.
Of course.
Negativity and such. Now, let's talk about events happening in Kuwait. Now, I've seen some different, and we attended, by the way, events happening in Kuwait, like comics and these kind of things. We always like get to see a section full of animators, people who like to draw, and talented people. Have you ever, guys, thought of joining or participating, maybe talking more and spreading the light on the sand globe?
Yes, we always like have an eye on all those conventions, because it's a recruiting area. Sometimes we meet some artists that we can work with, and but sometimes like we're working a lot and we don't have time. But this year we decided to join Comic Con in Dubai, so it will be our first time like going there.
Nice.
And
Best
we
of
are
luck.
very excited to do that.
Yeah, best of luck. It's one of the best places out there. I've been there probably every year since 2014. It's a place where artists and those cosplayers and all these video game lovers, everyone in the community, and also related to the program that we talk about video games, content creators, and of course stories regarding media. So everything that we talk about is almost the same theme as the conventions that we're talking about. This is why I mentioned it, because you will find people just like you, talented, skilled, passionate about the things that they love, whether it's video games, animation, you name it. So best of luck. Hopefully that you enjoy it.
Hopefully we see you there also.
Hopefully, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Oh, you will see me, inshallah. Now, Salah, well, let's go back to social media, the new media. How would you recommend people to start their journey in this field?
Yes. Like Saud said, people tend to be perfectionists. They wait and wait and wait to hone their skill and sharpen their weapons. Like, man, just do it. Like, upload, make art and upload. No one starts perfect. Like, start, don't wait. And this is my advice to anyone who's like,
in any field.
In any field, yeah.
You will face difficulties, you will face hard times, and you have to start somewhere. You have to start. As long as you start, and that's it. And Saud, last words before we conclude this lovely interview. Tell the people again something that you would recommend, whether in like social media and their passion, their hobbies, and anything.
In social media, just follow your passion. You'll have bad comments. You'll have like something you don't want to hear. Maybe someone will say it to you. Just focus on what do you love about the thing that you do. Just this is the golden thing that you don't let go of, and follow it. Everyone sometimes will write bad comments because they're having a bad day, not because your work is bad. So don't mind them and just focus on what you love.
You heard the guys. I mean, thank you so much for being part of this lovely interview. We really hope that you grow, and we, of course, get to see you more, not only outside Kuwait, but also in Kuwait at the conventions and everywhere else.
Hopefully, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Salah and Saud, and best of luck with whatever you guys do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
We will continue where we left off, big games that flopped badly, and we will tell the reasons why. Superman of 1999 on Nintendo 64. How could Superman fail? Well, it did. How? Why? Well, it was a Nintendo 64 version that developer had a big plans, but due to their management, the console limitation, which I don't believe, but it happened. Only a fraction of their plans went ahead. The game was unplayable, difficult, without any reason, uninspiring, boring, dull, repetitive, and aimless. Why would Superman go through rings? Why would he do that? Wasn't he supposed to save the world? Shame on you guys. Daej Hutari released in 2000. The game was ambitious and people saved it. Couldn't fail. Well, yep, it failed. It had every good factor behind it, the story, graphics, gameplay, and the successful developer behind the franchise that broke the gaming world. We have Quake, and also we got Doom, Mr. John Romero. It was a first-person shooter game. So people watching me from this camera might wonder why it failed. Well, the marketing campaign was a mess. It hyped beyond the skies, and when it was released, it didn't meet the expectations after its late delayed release. The game sold back then only 10,000 copies. 2 months later, sold only 40,000. Shenmue released in 1999. Now wait a minute. I know old gamers like you there might say no, it was successful and it was revolutionary. True. But it failed. Primarily not because the game was terrible, but because the console Dreamcast died out. The game was terrific with a lot of technical difficulties that literally killed the game for a lot of casual gamers. And now Sega, the developer, spent almost $47 on the game. That figure was huge for a 2000 or 1999 game. It killed everything.
Even today, there are some impressive qualities about the game, like how every NPC has their own routine and can be talked to.
Hey, mister! Let's play baseball!
You can open individual drawers in a cabinet. You can get these capsule toys.
Why so down?
I think a good one is ready to come out of this capsule toy machine. Do please give me 100 yen?
Sorry, I'm in a hurry. 100 yen each. This is cool!
But I think the most interesting aspect of Shenmue is how it serves as a little virtual window into Japan.
The last game for today was a recent one, Marvel's Avenger, released in 2020. Superheroes, everyone loves them, right? Instant success, receipt, right? No. The publisher lost almost $65 million. The reason it failed, tech issues hurt the gamer's performance a lot, like a lot. And the campaign was brief, difficulty was weird and annoying somehow. a lot of repetition, a broken loot system, bugs that stopped your progress, or worst, it wiped it out. Glitches of enemies not loading, empty world, as some people put it. The game lacked imagination and basic mechanics. And of course, they fixed it. They took too long to fix it. People eventually got bored and shelved the game. All right, time to know your opinion, so let us watch what we have here.
When we talk about the social media, it's something connects all the world together. It's like we say now, the world is very small. It's like you can connect everyone by just a call, by a text, everything linking together. So for me, sometimes I prefer when I am traveling, so I want to do, when we mention take off, I switch off my phone, enjoying my time for my break. So it's important to take a break from social media. Why? Because it's clearing your mind. You will feel more peaceful. Sometimes people get attached too much in the social media. It will take too much of your time. So sometimes you need to take a break for yourself. You're listening to yourself. Even you have to brainstorm also, see the nature, renew yourself. So social media is the good thing about it. It's only linking the people together. But the disadvantage is sometimes take too much of your time, even consume too much of your energy to a negative energy. Because once you are in, it will take a long time, especially when you are sleeping. Pay attention. When you are sleeping, you are sleeping. Switch off your phone, mute, sleep. Don't go on TikTok, on Instagram, Twitter, and even Snapchat, because you will stay 3-4 hours more and you will not sleep, and you will wake up and you are very tired. This is important tips from me to you.
Thanks for that. Let us move on to our next segment for today. And with that being said, dear viewers, we have reached the end of this lovely episode of New Media. So now we know more about the importance of messages and new media and how easy and fast we can get instant messages from one to another during happy and difficult times. That was the end. See you again in the next one.